Hi everyone, my name is Winsome Viana. I'm here today to present the paper Assessing Accessibility Levels in Mobile Applications developed from Figma templates. This is research from Julia Holanda, Daniel Mesquita, and myself. We are from the Federal University of Ceará in the northwest of Brazil. So the context of our presentation is the accessibility of mobile applications, which the literature showed that is quite unsatisfactory. For instance, Van Dam et al. Investigated 13,000 Android apps from the GitHub, and they find 46.25% of these applications having at least half of their visual elements without content description, which could make difficult for people who are blind to access this kind of application. In another study, Chen et al. Indicated a high incidence of problems related to image and text contrast in 3,000 Android apps, popular apps. In our research group, we also carried out this kind of accessibility investigation in mobile applications, and we identified more than 7 issues per screen in popular mobile apps like Amazon Alexa and Brazilian mobile bank applications. So, what are the possible causes for accessibility issues? So, in the literature, we can find, for instance, a survey with mobile developers that saying that they have limited knowledge about accessibility guidelines or the hard inclusion of accessibility as a higher priority requirement. Other possible cause is related to the development tools that often overlook accessibility. Even the application templates provided by developer tools were shown in research of Ashban et al. That have accessibility issues, in many of them severe accessibility issues. So regarding the literature about accessibility in mobile applications, our research team had an insight that maybe we have also accessibility issue in the user interface templates. So maybe the insight was maybe the designers are not creating the interface, the user interface, following accessibility guidelines, and these mistakes are propagated during the development cycle of the applications. So we decided to do a research seeking to investigate this problem, and we choose to start the Figma tool. Figma is a high popular cloud-based collaborative tool for user interface and user experience design. So it's a tool for design web and mobile interface, and they have a database, a data set of templates that everyone can go there, duplicate, and use to design our application. So what was our research question? What is the prevalence of accessibility issues in mobile applications generated by Figma templates? And to try to answer this question, we first defined a template selection protocol. We selected 12 templates. We use a tool to generate applications from them. And in the third step of our research methodology, we execute an accessibility test tool to find accessibility issues in these applications. And finally, we analyze the data trying to find the categories and the prevalence of accessibility issues. So for the template selection, we choose to evaluate templates that had at least 100 duplications, that had at least 4 screens, and a clear defined visual identity. So using this criteria, we selected 12 templates that had more than 11,000 duplications. Finally, we use a tool called DWise that get the Figma as input, the Figma template as input, and generate an Android Studio project. And with this project, we're able to build an Android application. Unfortunately, we were not able to generate 2 applications, so we evaluate the accessibility of only 10 apps from the 12 that we initially selected. So for the accessibility testing execution, we use a tool called Firebase Test Lab. This tool it's able to navigate automatically in the user interface of the application, simulating a user that is clicking in many parts of the application. So we use a 5 minutes of test, and with this time we were able to visit all the screens of the applications. And for each screen visited, the Firebase Test Lab executed the accessibility scanner tool, which is a software from Google that is able to identify 4 types of accessibility issues and give some recommendations how to correct them. So here we can see an example of output of the Firebase Test Lab. We are seeing here 3 types of accessibility errors related to the contrast of the tests and the missing of image description. So for the results, to answer our research question, we find accessibility issues across all templates in a total of 738 accessibility issues. The template with the fewest issues had a mean of 3.69 accessibility problems per screen, and the template with the highest number had over 16 issues per screen. So regarding the categories, we can observe that contrast issues and interface implementation problems were more frequently. Navigation structures and items with duplicating description are the problems related to the implementation. At the end, our evaluation find 7.61 issues per screen, and we discovered errors that could really hinder the use of the apps if the developers or the designers not corrected them during the development process. What is clear for us is that inclusive design for everyone is not a primary requirement in the context of Figma mobile application templates. To conclude, the limitations of our work is related to the fact that we only evaluate Figma templates, and also that 10 templates not cover all mobile apps categories, but we can have a good insight in and how is the problem with this kind of applications. And as future work, we are planning to evaluate the templates in iOS to see if the accessibility issues are the same or if other accessibility issues will appear. Another research work is related to evaluate the templates of other design tools. And finally, we think that a good research will be to develop an accessibility validation plugin to be integrated to these design tools to help to reduce the accessibility problems with design templates. So thank you a lot for the opportunity. Here you can access the link of this presentation, and any questions you can send to my email. Bye.